Okay, hi sluts. Pussy, mind, body, spirit, soul. What is slut camp? Let's get into it. Blocked immediately. Welcome back. Hi sluts. Welcome the fuck back to camp. This is Slut Camp, the show where I give you unsolicited advice about sex and dating. Whether you take it or not is up to your discretion. I'm Emma, and today we have a very fucking special guest in the hot seat. This is someone who, upon first meeting her, I knew she had to come to camp. She is scarily confident like myself. She lights up any room she walks into like a little angel. She truly does not give a fuck, obsessed. And I have the most respect for this woman ever, and I cannot wait to hear what she has to say on today's episode of Camp. Everyone, my muse, my vision. Round of applause, Tamra. Woo!
Hey guys. Hi.
Are you so excited to be here?
I'm really excited. Thank you for having me. I don't even want to say anything else about myself because I just want to let people think that everything you said, I'm such a muse and a vision. Thanks for having me.
Before you sip your drink, we have to do our slut affirmation.
Got it.
I think we should do that before we launch into anything about you.
Okay.
So I have two today. One's like more fun and one's like, I guess, more like realistic.
Okay.
The first one, so to give you background, if you don't know what the slut affirmation is, every Friday when episodes drop, we do a little cheers, we make up a little chant, and you get your makeup, you get your drink, you shake your ass, and you take a shot. Okay. Cock-a-doodle-doo, it's time for a quack! Cheers! Okay, that's one. Now we have to drink twice. Woo!
Woo!
You'll never be this hot again.
Real.
So you might as well let some Uggs not the boot guys tell you how hot you are tonight. Like you might as well, honestly.
Always. Cheers. I literally live by that.
It's good because it's like lukewarm as well. What I like to do on my show is kind of give the campers a quick intro, give the girls like, who are you? Where do you come from? How did you?
I'm just kidding.
Same. Oh my God. Best place on earth.
Yeah.
A quick summary of your dating history. Give me like a general timeline. Let's say it's like an episode of like Drunk History.
Got it. Who I am, Tamara Meredith Mintz. Scorpio. It was actually my birthday yesterday. I'm 24.
Happy birthday. Oh my God, duh. What the hell?
No, I'm a little girl. Not in weird way. You know what?
You just turned 24?
I just turned 24.
Oh my gosh,
I was
baby.
born November 2000, yeah.
Damn.
I'm going into social work. Kind of gave myself the whole run around. I was in the music business, then I was in fitness, and I was whatever. So now I'm here. Dating history.
You're like, that's all that you need to know about me. Now let's get into the good stuff.
Here we go. I'm glad you asked. So I had my first boyfriend at 17. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jewish, and that is the only Jewish boyfriend that I've had until this day. Keep in mind, I'm 24 now, as I said, so that was when I was 17. College boyfriend, I've had it.
How long were you dating him?
My high school or college?
The 17-year-old.
That not me. Wait.
No, you were 17.
No. I know, because the reason why I laughed is because it just dawned on me that is the longest relationship that I've been in since then. It was like, I think it was a year, like 11 months.
That you dated that guy when you were 17?
Yeah.
To be clear, he was not 17. He was not 17 and she was not currently how old?
No, we were both 17. His birthday is actually a week after mine. So his birthday's coming up.
Would I wish him a happy birthday next week?
I don't wish me a happy birthday. But we don't want it. Whatever. We're good. And college was honestly, just a mess of relationships, friends with benefits. And then one day said, the whole line.
We'll get into it.
We'll get into it. And then I most recently ended it with a very short-lived boyfriend.
Actual, like,
yeah.
How long?
Like sad. Like a sad amount of time. Like I'm talking like a month and a half.
You ended it with him.
I did.
Okay, we'll get into that later too. So we're gonna come back to the 17-year-old.
Don't say it like that.
I really can't keep
Don't say it like that. He's gonna be 24.
I'm gonna get on a list somewhere.
Yeah, bitch, I'm gonna get on. You're like, to be clear, I am 1 week older than this dude. Okay.
Whatever.
Currently.
All right.
Still forever.
Sidebar. You can listen to this too because it's important. I've been talking on this show for the past, however long it's been in the works, basically, about this man from New Year's of last year. And I'm finally happy to announce that we've ended it. I'm pregnant. I'm
no,
kidding.
wait, no, not me thinking that you were going to announce that you were in a relationship.
Oh my God, no. I
you
could
hit
never.
the double Uno reverse. I was like, God,
Wait, I could actually never. No, so he was like a narcissistic piece of shit. And then I told him I was just like exhausted of his presence. And he's deleted. He's canceled. So
I love that. For
we
us.
shook hands actually when he exited my apartment, and I said, pleasure doing business with you. Mind you, we were hooking for the past 11 months. So let that sink in. 11 months. Like since like January of this year. Like we were going to go into New Year's again together.
No. Cheers to making better decisions for yourself. Really.
I went on a couple dates this past week. I'm like in search of my like, I'm building my holiday list, the wish list that I have from Santa, we'll say.
Oh my God.
Like a roster, but it's a naughty or nice list of men.
Oh my God.
Okay. In those two relationships that you just described briefly, who is your favorite and who is your least favorite and why?
Fucking hell. I should have known what I was getting myself into. So out of my earliest and my latest relationship?
Yeah, the two. I've also been in two relationships. We're so similar.
I've been in more than two.
Okay, well, the actual boyfriend, right?
Yeah,
more than two boyfriends.
I've had I think this was my fourth boyfriend.
Oh my God, whatever. It's a competition.
No. I think something that a lot of people struggle with, including myself, it's kind of looking back at past decisions or things that you've said or things that you've done and been like, oh, I should have known better. I should have done this. I should have done that. But in reality, like we all do the best with what we have at the time.
Yeah. Damn, this got really deep really quick.
I'm going to be a therapist for a reason.
Yeah. Get it.
Buckle up.
If I had a layback chair. Right
yeah. It's hard for me to be like, this was objectively better than this because two completely different people. What worked for me when I was 17 does not work for me at 24.
100.
So I would say that, at 17, that relationship it had, issues and it had its pitfalls and, nothing was perfect.
A child, basically.
Yeah, but I would say I'm very thankful to him because, we're still friends or friendly rather till this day. We've always just gotten along very well as people. But that first relationship, I would say, even with all the annoying bullshit that happened, like it was the perfect first relationship to have. People cheated. There was a whole, but you're 17. Like,
yeah, whatever. You don't know what's up and what's down.
Exactly. So even I'm thankful in a weird way that even all of the negative stuff happened because it taught me a lot, good and bad. Okay. Now this past relationship.
This was a short-lived.
It was more, yeah. I'd been single for 2 years. And I think I just kind of like really wanted a boyfriend. Like it was just in my system. And what I was met with was not actually what I, got.
Expected.
Yeah.
Wanted.
Exactly. And it's annoying because it kind of took like some of like the fun novelty away from a relationship because I'm able to just see things for how they are and see things so clearly and know exactly what I want and what I don't want. And it's not like I'm not giving people grace. It just comes to a point where I have to make the decision to love myself more than the other person, which is a hard thing to do. Yeah, you can't build a foundation with a weak link.
No.
So.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Yeah, and if the shoe fits, wear it, Cinderella.
Do you think where you're from or where you grew up has anything to do with in terms of like influencing your dating life?
Yeah. Still am expected to marry somebody Jewish, which is tough because I cannot for the life of me bring myself to be attracted to somebody
who is Jewish.
Wow,
interesting.
In any way, shape, or form since that boyfriend of mine in high school. And I know I recognize why this is, and it ties into just who I am intrinsically as a person and my career path and everything. It's just an innate part of who I am. I like everyone until you give me a reason not to like you.
Yeah.
But I gravitate towards people who are very different than me, who have a different background, a different story. And, I grew up in a pretty affluent community. My parents, both very successful in their own right. My mom was a lawyer. My dad's a neurosurgeon. Like,
Jesus.
Yeah, like you don't get more straight and narrow
they don't
than
fuck
that.
around.
No. Education always comes first. All of that stuff. And so me growing up in that kind of environment, that's, you know, obviously shaped a lot of my goals and my aspirations and what I want for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I still am nowhere near figuring out what the hell I'm going to do when it comes time to settle down. Because when it comes down to it, like, I do want to have a lifestyle and raise a family the way that, you know, where I come from and like how I was raised. I want to raise my kids Jewish. I want to send them to Jewish school. I want to.
You know, I went to Jewish preschool on accident.
Are you Jewish?
No.
Got it.
Well, a lot of people think I am. I'm like Jewish adjacent.
You're.
Mm-hmm. We said this last night. Sydney said I look Jewish.
You don't. What? You look like you're part of the Aryan race.
I like am. I'm Polish.
Yeah, like you are not. We come from two different, very different parts of Poland. God damn. I do not look like you. Shit.
Are you Polish too? Yeah. Wow. Are you Polish too, Walter?
I am obsessed with blue collar men. I love tattoos. Oh, no, I know.
This is why you're here.
I love tattoos.
Yeah. Construction.
Yeah.
Are they in a they're in a union type vibe? Is this
yeah.
fucked up? Are we gonna get canceled?
Yeah. No. Like it's very different. Like people notoriously know that I'm
just
into like
men.
Well, so dude, after the last relationship it's so refreshing to be with somebody who is like unhealed. I want somebody who's moral and ethical and, you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But like, sometimes I just need them to be like an unhealed man. Not so I can take care of anything, but just so it's just like rugged, you know?
Yes.
But so tattoos, bad relationship with one of their parents.
One's dead. Always.
Or not in the picture.
Yeah. Whatever.
Might as well be dead.
They're basically dead.
Essentially.
Figuratively or literally.
Exactly.
What have you had a blue collar man experience?
Oh my God, have I?
How have we not talked about this
Have
before?
I?
Fuck.
Yeah, no.
Did you meet his mom? Or dad?
No.
Whoever's living. Did he live at home with his parents?
I'm actually getting out of an entanglement. Entanglement's a bad word for it.
A love triangle?
Actually?
Or does it involve only two you
Okay,
and
so
one
let
other
me give you the whole
Okay, get into
y'all
it,
are gonna want to tune in for this. So my ex-boyfriend, he wasn't friends with him, but he knew this dude who works in my building. And so
like works in your building.
Like works in my building.
I love where this is going.
Me too.
It's giving like
as if I haven't experienced it. I know I love where this is going.
The beginning of a porno.
It kind of turned into a love triangle situation because I ended up obviously breaking up with my ex, but the guy who works in my building had met me when I was still with him. And I had always thought he was cute, like very classic, my type, whatever, like blue collar, tattoos, the whole nine.
What did
half
he do
Colombian.
in your building? Did he maintenance the elevator or did he just clean something?
He does like a
contractor?
Essentially, like a tech, like a maintenance tech or something.
Like a super?
Essentially.
Oh my God, he was a super?
I don't know. Yeah, that maintenance.
He'd fix stuff.
Really, just so refreshing to be around, especially coming out of my last whatever the fuck that was, fever dream. But the funny part was that, you know, they had played sports together in high school.
Oh, they knew each other?
They knew each other.
How crazy is that?
I know. So, but I was, you know, walking out of the elevator one day with who is now my ex-boyfriend. And he was like, oh shit. Like, hey. And they like dapped each other up. And I was like, that's not good. I was with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Or my ex. But anyway, long story short, that ends. And
you ended it, right?
Yes.
Love that. Women in male fields, whatever the hashtag is.
Women in STEM. I think I'm just in this era right now. I don't know what it is, but like some kind of like male abundance. Do you want to hear like tea though?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
tea.
Yeah, give it.
So my recent ex.
Zoom in.
So my recent ex, and you know what? I don't care because I blocked him on everything. If he sees this, hey, glad to know you're still stalking me. No, like I don't like I've done a lot of work on regulating emotions, but sometimes like it's just insane. So basically, you know, I had told him multiple times because I like to be civil. I'm not one of those people that, you know, you end with somebody and automatically there's bad blood.
Well,
like
that makes one of us.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like
no, that's the way to do it.
If you know me, you know that I care deeply about some things, but I also just don't care about a lot of shit. That's why, you know, I've learned to stay so unbothered. So I was like, look, I still want to be on the other line for you, but within healthy boundaries, you know, whatever. But it just got to a point where incessantly he was like
contacting you.
Yeah, and you know, he was almost like I was his therapist. I was his mother. He was trying to get me to console him about a breakup that I was still the other half of. And at a certain point I was like, I can't do this anymore. Exactly.
Does this happen to you a lot? This happens to me a lot. I feel like because of the field you're going in and just your overall like
demeanor. No, I would say honestly, the floodgates open the second a male just senses any sense of emotional support. Like
shit.
That's it. Like,
yeah, that is it.
But you know what? I love having the ability to be that for people. I love that people feel comfortable with me and feel safe with me. That's the thing, though. It's like I have to be the rock in so many different relationships and aspects of my life that my relationship is one place that I don't want to have to be the rock all the time. I want us to be equals. I'm done. Like, enough is enough. Stop contacting me. Whatever.
Block or no?
So I blocked him off my phone. I forgot that you could still get text through the computer. I opened my computer. How
many?
A lot. Like
hundreds?
A lot. Not hundreds, but like so 25? Many texts just completely like going off on the most paranoid delusion shit, being like,
and he knew that you blocked him. Like, you could tell.
I don't know if he knew. These texts were all like saying the most insane shit. I could literally ruin his life with these texts, but I'm not going to because I'm not that type of person. But you know, just
bring
like
up the receipts.
like anti-Semitic shit.
What?
Yeah, like
whoa.
But in reality, like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He fully admitted to me in the beginning of the relationship that because we were talking about it and how important that stuff is to me. So
he's just
I'm
trying to get under your skin.
And so that, and he was like, and I know you were entertaining other guys. Huh?
I knew you.
I
knew you were entertaining other men.
I knew you.
What the fuck are we in the 1800s?
Wait, but he was like, I knew you were like talking to other guys. I went through your phone. First of all,
whoa.
First of all, he was like, he literally was like, probably not the best idea to make the same 4 digits your passcode. First of all,
wait, what a fucking psycho.
First of all,
sounds like the woman. Sorry.
A part of me thinks he's just bluffing to try to get me to like react to something, but also,
what?
I should have entertained other men. Goddamn. Like, if you think I was entertaining other men, what men? Like, what men?
No, but
I
like,
could
that's
have.
what we want him to think.
I could have, but I didn't.
Yeah, period.
But so after that.
That's psychotic.
So that's actually psychotic behavior. So that completely swung the pendulum. I was like, so I completely went off on him.
Did you feel like you won?
Quite honestly, I don't care. Because sometimes the best thing is to let them go back to their own league.
God. I'm such an Aries. You're such a Scorpio. I'm like, did you win?
Did you win? But the thing is, like, so get this. So yesterday, here's the kicker of it all. Yesterday is my birthday.
Yeah.
I was like, well, the day before, I was like, maybe he's not going to remember, whatever.
His ass texted
He texted me 3-something in the morning. There's just a whole shitstorm of beef above. And he goes like, despite all of this or something like that. No, bitch, not despite all of this, you weirdo. There's this one part of the text that really, really just like pissed me off to high hell. I say all of this knowing that people are complex. People are multifaceted. Mm-hmm. I did like him at some point. I did love him at some point for good reason because he still has those qualities that make him a likable guy.
Right.
Because he has a very good and kind heart. At the same time, because 2 truths can exist at once, and at the same time, he's fucking insane.
I'm sensing that portion.
And he's, while all these
was he like that exist, in the relationship? Like, did you get in fights about that?
Yeah, it was fight after fight after fight. I was like, I can't do this, especially a month in. Forget it.
So let me ask you a question. Were your friends like, hello,
in the beginning,
red flags?
Well, the thing about me is like I'm not like a girl that likes to live in la la land. Like I recognize these patterns before, and I just like to deny them, but I know that they're there.
Totally, it's like I see it.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. It's more my friends are also,
deal with the consequences later.
Exactly. While all those good qualities about him remain, he's also very selfish, even when he isn't meaning to be. That was part of the reason why I ended it. It was always about him, always about his emotions, always about his shit. Like. Always about him. He's not a narcissist because, like, nothing was with malicious intent. Mm-hmm. I did all that work for myself, and I know damn well I made too much progress, and I did too much work on myself to be dragged down again.
Yeah.
No matter how much I like the person. Because a lot of the times why people end adult relationships, a lot of the time has nothing to do with feelings. It has to do with logistics and values and things like that.
Yeah.
So regardless of how I felt about him at the time, I mean, now I want nothing to do with him. But like at the time, it had nothing to do with how I felt for him. It had everything to do with I cannot build a sustainable future with this version of this person at all. We were just not aligned. There's this part of this text that he sent me, which really just like was the crux of it all, that just kind of like dug the knife.
On the edge of my seat.
He goes, I know there's a chance that this text could even like ruin your whole day or something. It could even ruin your birthday, but I really, really hope it doesn't. If you think that there is a chance that
Are you fucking kidding me?
How selfish is that?
That's insane.
How selfish is that? He's like,
there's a chance this could fuck up your whole day.
There's a chance that this can fuck up your whole day, but for my sake, for me, for
fuck
my own needs, I want to tell you how I feel. If you really gave any ounce of a fuck about me or anybody else more than yourself in that moment, you would have said, hey, if this can ruin her whole day, let alone her fucking 24th birthday, let me not press send. Let me not interact with her.
The audacity that he has. But unfortunately, this is a lot of men to this day. Like, they just feel the need to like...
It makes me so mad even thinking about it. So if you're watching this,
fuck you.
Leave me. Not fuck you. If you're watching this,
get alive.
Stop.
She's staring really intensely into the camera.
Yeah. Enough.
Okay. Love that. I want to ask you a question. I love that entire story. Yeah. We've all been there with like crazy psycho exes and shit like that. But like to have it be like recent and also like that intensity,
insane.
It's just like, it is like, fuck off.
I know.
Like, just leave me alone. So,
I forgot a very important part.
Okay.
Sorry. He posted about me on his story, even though I blocked him. He posted about me on my birthday, like for my birthday, even though he was blocked.
Is he ill?
Yeah. Yeah. He was like, it was like some dramatic montage to like,
he's sick.
To like Phoebe Bridgers. I love Phoebe Bridgers.
Not Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah. But he was like, I know it's your birthday. Like, my best friend loves to stalk my exes without even telling me. Like, that's her favorite pastime.
I'm sorry, were his friends not, hey, maybe not, let's not post that.
Imagine the people on his account who, like, don't really talk to him, whatever, just witnessing him crashing out. They're like, is this dude
that's like
good?
Full on, like, having a mental breakdown.
Dude, he was like, he's acting like I died. Like, am I going to end up on 60 Minutes? Like, he was literally like, I know it's your birthday, and, like, I'm thinking about you. Every part of me wanted to reach out. You did. Is
there like a little part of you that like loved that attention a little bit? Because like
not anymore. Not anymore.
Okay. I would be like, oh, stop. Like, it's so weird. Whatever. He needs to get a life. But like,
it makes things tremendously easier in terms of moving on when you're just like making an absolute fool out of yourself. Oh, like, this is embarrassing.
And it's for the other person. Like, if you're not doing anything on your end and it's coming from their end too, like you're on top. You are like, this is. You need to deal with this.
And regardless of like, yes. But the reason why I don't find any validation from any of this anymore, because I don't go on a power trip about any of this, because I think that also comes with a territory of actually growing into yourself and growing into your self-esteem and recognizing your value and what you bring to the table inside and outside, all of those things. And so when this kind of stuff happens, like, I didn't need him, crashing out to validate that I'm like great and awesome. Like, yeah, I know that for myself
100
before and after this relationship. So him doing this isn't putting me on any pedestal in my mind. It's quite honestly just giving me such an ick that like I literally want to block it out of my brain.
Out with the old, in with the new. Speaking of, have you dated in New York City?
No.
But you have a lot of friends that live in the city, so you oftentimes come to the city.
It's rough out here, y'all. Sorry for you guys.
Well, that's what I want to say. Yeah. Like, what is like, what are you seeing the most that's just like the most frustrating for like your friends if you're not in it? Like, what is wrong with it in your opinion?
These apps have sort of gamified dating in a sense. So a lot of these people who in reality they ain't shit, they think that they're trophies.
The shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just have an absolutely tremendous amount of access to everything and everyone. So I think there's also a subtle kind of notion in the back of everybody's mind, like, oh, I could do better. I could do better.
Do you know what's interesting? And I was just thinking about this. I was telling my roommate this like yesterday. I went on a date with this guy like 2 days ago. and his profile was like probably something that I liked when I was like drunk because I was like just going through whatever. And then we ended up chatting, and he was like very like, he had like game. Like I was kind of like, okay, what? And his pictures were like not really giving what I like would want them to give, and like his prompts weren't like, I was just kind of like iffy about his profile in general, but I was like, fuck it, like I'm just gonna get drinks with him, whatever.
Might as well
see what the vibes are.
Yeah,
he was fucking incredible, but he didn't look like his pictures in like a bad way. like
got it.
Like he was just like not super like the vibe that he was portraying on his app, which I feel like is a problem a lot of the times with like guys in general. They're trying to give this like vibe that they're not. And maybe women, girls do that too, like for sure.
It's
like,
universal. We're
try
all
to be
insecure.
quirky and whatever. Like he was trying to be like, he was, but like the thing was that I will hammer home is that he was like so charming. Like he put on the like Riz, and I was like, wait, I'm kind of like I'll smash.
Yeah,
like, I'm down.
I'm gonna put a baby in
even
you.
though even though I'm literally like I don't know if I'm physically attracted to you quite yet, but
I think the art of patience is lost.
Yeah,
particularly in this generation, because for me, I've been attracted at first sight. I've been, enamored at first sight. But either fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how I decide to look at it depending on the day. It takes a specific amount of deep connection to make me feel comfortable with somebody, comfortable enough to have an intimate relationship.
Yeah.
And when I say intimate, I don't just mean physical.
Yeah.
In all these ways. And I think, with apps, it's like immediately, you think you know exactly what you're getting, whether it's on the side of girls or guys, doesn't matter. But you get there and immediately, because you have this idea of somebody in your head already, the second that something's a little off, whether it could be in a good way too, your brain doesn't recognize that it could be a good thing, because the first thing is, different, scared of change. No, this isn't what I expected. Yeah. And a lot of times people, just as people, we are scared of change.
Yeah, like 100. Like it's like you have friends where you go on dates with the guys, and like their profile, the height is like the biggest thing I hear all the time, which is like I am like one of the few that like I don't really care about height as long as you're like eye level king to me, like fine, whatever.
I've had dudes try to say some shit to me, and I'm like, you are at eye level with my nipple. You literally like you speak a lot taller than you are. No. Like relax. Like big feelings, buddies. Chill out.
And I said this like one time. I was like, if a man says he's 5'11", he's 5'8", and if he says he's 6 foot, he's 5'10".
But I know dudes out here are listening to this, being like, yeah, well, girls wear makeup. Like, okay. Thing is that like we can like take that shit on and off. Like you either
you're born.
You can either be ugly or annoying. You have to pick one. You can't be both.
They could wear stilts. Can you imagine?
Look,
if you went to
I will say,
it's like circuits.
I will say, to each their own. To each their own. There's somebody for everybody. I think, unfortunately, because my frontal lobe developed when I was like 10, or so I think. The best thing is like if I'm talking to some dude, and they say some shit like it was literally like Moses speaking from Mount Sinai. They speak like they just they think prophecy. They think they said some shit that is like astounding. I had the same realization that they had at the ripe age of 26 at 10.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like a scientific thing. Like we're just emotionally farther ahead, and like sometimes most of the time mentally. So it's kind of, unfortunately. But I will say, in regards to the apps, I try not to shrink people down to their worst traits or their worst moments, because, if you are constantly, everything's about perception. If you are looking at the world, trying to analyze and eradicate any flaws in somebody that you could potentially see yourself with, automatically the first thing you're going into any connection is with the mindset of seeing, okay, like, what's wrong? Like, what don't I like? Yes. Rather than what do I like? Yes.
That's the thing. And so there could be 10 things that you like about a person.
But
exactly. There could be
always
10 things that you like about a person, and there could be like 2 things that you don't like, but because your brain is so trained to see the things that you don't like.
Yeah.
you're not even going to think about the 10 other things.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I think like, and that's why I bring up the height thing too, because like I have friends who like have gone on dates with guys. They're like, oh, he's so cute, whatever. And then they go on the date and are like, but he was like really short.
What
and,
if he's
like,
5'8"?
But we got along so well.
Yeah.
And like he knows my brother's friends and like he does this job and I really like, respect this. We had a good conversation. But he's like 5'8". I'm not gonna see him again. What?
Yeah.
You just like weeded every fucking person out that you could, and you're gonna complain about like not having a boyfriend and not like finding someone.
Yeah.
Hello?
No,
Give a short king a chance.
Yeah. I mean, look.
I love him.
That's the thing that I think sometimes it doesn't get me in trouble with my friends, but gets me made fun of because I've always kind of had a more well-rounded perspective and a more, you know, I will give somebody a chance until they prove to me otherwise. My friends have been like, really, Tamara? Like, you're going to date that guy or whatever, go out with that guy? Because, again, I don't really find interest or pleasantry in literally shrinking somebody down to their shortcomings. I genuinely just enjoy learning about people and different people, but I think that's also the reason why I haven't been attracted to you know, the nice Jewish boys, because I can, you know, I'm not going to make a generalization, but we've all come from the same place. We all have a similar background. There's nothing new there.
First of all, cock-a-doodle-doo. It's time for a quack.
Oh, okay.
You've been so slow. Like, this is like my fourth. I'm going to fall over. I'm
sorry. No. Okay, wait.
Okay, just like, come on.
Okay.
We don't bring pussies onto slut camp. Like, let's go.
Watch
Wait,
your mouth.
okay. So what I'm going to ask you that I just thought of, what's like your like desired like trope if you had to have one?
Don't date a guy who's mean to everybody but nice to you, because that is his view on the world. Essentially, he respects people who he is either attracted to, can get something from, like some kind of gain. Anybody that he does not see any kind of benefit from or have any, you know, benefit for himself, he doesn't respect them. And I think it's quite honestly a little self-centered too, and it kind of takes you on an ego trip of being like, oh, but he's like so nice to me, like, oh, congrats, like bare minimum, like great.
Yeah, clap your hands.
But yeah.
What is a red flag that you are typically attracted to?
I think it makes it even worse that I'm so aware and hyper aware of everything that's going on, but I choose to make the mistake anyway because I need to learn from it for myself.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's like half a red flag of mine, but also half a red flag of theirs. It's like, you know, hooking up with somebody that for whatever reason I shouldn't be hooking up with. It's kind of like the forbidden, not in a way that I've never cheated on anybody, like not in like that, but in a way that it would make the dynamics of my life harder. It's like, do I like him or is he just my coworker? Like,
right.
I've had a handful of those. Yeah. Oh my God.
Your coworker?
Oh my God.
I'm not in the right field, it seems.
Well, the thing is that I used to be in fitness.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've had
that was my 11-month
really
personal trainer.
Equinox?
He wishes. And that's okay. You have to allow yourself those situations.
I'm 24 fucking years old. Sue me.
That's the whole fucking point of the show. It's like, I'm so young, except people think that I'm like supposed to be at this point in my life. Well, guess what? I lost 2 years of my life from fucking a pandemic.
Yeah.
So like, I'm allowed to still shake my ass and suck a little dick if I'm nasty.
We're allowed to shake ass even when we're 60. Like, please.
Yeah, obviously. But like, it's like we need to give ourselves grace.
Oh, yeah.
And like other people need to give us grace. And we have to like not like really like
but also who
be
cares
serious.
What other people think? Like
100%. But a lot of people do. Unfortunately, like that's the reality. Like so many people give we're some unique special stuff.
Yeah, we're very
Okay. Well,
I just like I live for the plot.
Duh.
You know? Like
welcome.
I honestly, since my ex, like it could have been him or the next Joe Schmo. Like I think just having like it's out of my system now.
Yeah.
I'm very happy being single. Like I didn't realize until I got older. Like
it's fucking awesome.
I grew into myself and I was like, wait, like as a young 20-something, not ugly girl. I hold a lot of power. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to go on a power trip, but it means that I'm going to enjoy the opportunities that come my way because of the position that I'm in.
1,000%.
So I think if anything, being in a relationship right now, no matter with who it could be, except for you, Jacob Elordi, call me.
I have a couple questions for you that I have like been residual from like the sluts asking for answers, and I love perspective. So how long would you say is too long to be in a situationship? Given my 11th month scandal.
I was gonna say from whose side?
Like in observing your friends or yourself, even like you feel yourself or you're like, this needs to end. But
at least when I go into a situationship, I have an idea of what I want from it. And if it starts to go askew from what I want, that's when it's time for it to end.
Yeah.
Because I think it comes with a territory of emotional maturity and priorities, emotional intelligence. For me personally, there's no like 6 month, 5 month, whatever. Like, because every single person is different and every single bond is different. The way two people mesh together is very different from another 2-person bond. If it could start as a situationship and go into dating, and that's great and fine. But
slight chance that happens.
Yeah. But
less than 5%.
Anything other than that, the second one side starts to go askew, that's when it's time to cut it, because it can only be a recipe for disaster. That's my perspective.
So has there been a situation where you've been seeing a guy, they ended it with you, and what was the reason? Do you agree or disagree with how it ended?
I've only had one boyfriend end things with me, and then he came back.
Oh, of course.
And then I rejected him.
Oh, okay. So you won in the end.
But here's the thing. I actually hooked up with him recently, like last summer. Whatever. I went through a whole ex era, like last summer.
You know, you gotta
revisit
the dead.
Exactly. Make my rounds.
Visit your relatives, like visit the dead.
But I will say, at the time, I don't remember like a definitive reason of why he ended it. I really don't. And I don't even think he knew either, because then he ended up coming back and being like, let's work towards what we have. And I was like, no. So like,
hell yeah.
But I would say the way things ended with the rest of my boyfriends was from me, not in a malicious way.
What the fuck? We're getting broken up with left and right.
I don't live here, so it's different out here. We get one life. Like,
let's make it rock.
Who the fuck? Yeah, as Hannah Montana said. Like it's us. Like, we won the sperm race. Like, we are athletic. We won the sperm race. Like, who? Like, we did it. What anybody else says does not matter. I've gotten this far in my life because of who I am. So, moral of the story, do what you want. Nobody's business except for yours. I love you. Besides you, you know who I'm talking about.
She's single. She's single. I'm single as well. Okay, sluts.
Thank you for having me.
Love you, sluts, so much. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Tamara, for coming on and shaking ass.
Thanks for having me.
You're a nasty girl, and I love you.
Purr.
Bye, sluts.